coming a mile away. I saw it coming a mile away. You're hitting the. Going up. Keep going. And come up more. You're gonna hit. You're gonna hit. You're hitting. You're hitting right here. Recording? I think I'm recording, right?
Yep. We usually get it from the other side, but we park this way. Just thought of that. We get the box from the non...
Well, the problem is the boards are so bent.
Yeah.
You can't get underneath them.
Yeah, well, they're very worn down. Well, that's nice and twisted.
Yeah, that's bad. You definitely tell it went that corner.
Yeah. Dan's working on getting a new pipe. Making sure they have one. Yeah, it needed new rails a long time before it's done.
I wonder if that was broken initially.
I think they get at the tip because it came down, and I think this broke first.
Think so?
Yeah. Had were like that chain on that other little bracket, but it wasn't hard
get down? Why don't you get down? It needs to get over that.
Well, the fun part, we have the wagon hooked to the 14, our little tug of war. If you haven't noticed, the 14's not running, so that's helpful. Take it slow. And this being curved, yep, it's gonna straighten out a little bit. There's not a whole lot of weight there. Oh yeah, sideways. Well, that's problematic. See, this is rather probably well rusted in here, and it goes all the way in, like so deep, really far. That's the end of it right there, and that's just a couple inches from the very tip. So there is some solid connection there. And apparently TC doesn't have enough ass to do this. So now I'm sure it doesn't help that we're pulling and it's a little bit bent, but I figure with enough force it'll slide. Okay, now what? Yeah, well, the truck's parked in front of it, so I guess we'll eat lunch and get back to it. And we're just throwing this with a cutesy little pin. Man, just had a nice big rain to really get the driveway all washed off, and now we go and dig a hole. Okay, do a little dance and make the driveway look nice again. Yeah, that's part of the fun. While we're here, we got a new tie rod put in. I guess pretty close. That it's, at least, I'm hoping that it's the same length as the old one. Because I left these jam nuts in the same spot and just twisted the tie rod ends out, which are still super tight, which is good. I like tight running gears, except for when that's that tight and rusted together. Now, this here in the center was a little twisted, and we really had to work. I had a jack lifting it up, and that wasn't enough, and so I had to get a jack out here to help push the arm up to the end of the arm on the spindle. But I couldn't jack it up here enough because there was no weight, just the gravity box the other day. So other than the pipe, this wagon should be ready to have a box once we get something for a box to put on it. Okay, well, it's lunch break. We'll be back with more action. Okay, so back after lunch, we're going to take a quick little hiatus. And we're going to take the blower, or don't the blower, we've been done with the blower for a while. We're going to put that away because it's hooked to the 1086, which we deemed we need more pulling power. If I could just get this thing to spread. come on. Close enough. That's all the spread we need. Pull the jack out of the way. Now the good news is I'm very certain the other running gear will come apart just nicely. Okay, you ready to start this up? Not that chilly. This thing has always started right up no matter how cold it is. You're gonna have to gently pull forward as I take the pipe out. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I've ever pulled the blower around with the 10. It's usually been using a smaller tractor, but since we're hooked up, we'll take it over and have to roll it in by hand. Never taken the blower down the road. I guess we never had silos feel far away, but it'd be interesting. But I did. One day we were at a New Holland dealer, and they had a half of a rim because I guess the bearings locked up and they didn't see it from whatever vehicle they were driving, probably a truck. Most likely they bought it at an auction. They're just running it on the rim, probably till they got home and, you know, saw there was no tire left. Pretty clear down in there. Well, by how much it's bounced around, it's pretty well balanced front to back. Oh, we got this elevator down. The other elevator's having some issue with this idler pulley set right there. Bearings are kind of going out. And I don't know if Universal Cub is still around. Now, it's nice this thing is aluminum, so I can do something like this. The other elevator on wheels, it's a little longer, but the steel is much heavier than aluminum. Okay, Brad's getting in here. That's probably good. Okay, let's see if we can get the PTO off. Oh, wow. Wow. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a struggle. Okay. Now, see if I can get this myself. Yeah, there's a little lip right there. Of course, I'm hitting something. One thing you gotta watch out for is the whirl feed sticks out to the side a little bit. I do this right, I can get this thing mostly out of the way in this hole. Come on. But you gotta go so much straight back, which is hard with the whirler feed. And we usually end up twisting it around as such. Not sitting on the PTO, and we can just about get it back out of the way. With the handle hitting everything. And how did I do that? There we go. Oh, water. And that's pretty well edged in there. I think that's out of the way. Don't stick it any farther than the old grinder mixer. And it's behind some of that stuff. Whew, one piece of equipment in the barn. Okay, ready to break something?
Yeah, it's gonna be alright.
I'll stand over there and watch. Yeah, go slow. Well, we got a big pull-off going on between the 14, which is not running, and the 10. With the running gear, hopefully it's going to come apart in the middle. And that's a tug of war for you. And we're trying to break the rope, essentially. The hammer. It's on the floor. We're gonna give this a little bit of a helping hand. We've moved it. Well, that's not doing as much as I'd hoped. Try pulling a little more. There we go. Okay, park held and it's sliding. There's slack in the chain. Keep going. Oh yeah. Look at all that paint and rust. This is an original pipe to the back half here. And the front end of this is underneath that old hay wagon thing out there. Well, yeah, we're separated like a married couple. After they've had a handful of kids and they're almost 50 or something. That's a great analogy. Now the question is whether we've got enough straight section left to reuse. Okay, so back at our hopefully soon-to-be header cart, I don't think we're going to need that much muscle to get this apart because it shakes a little bit. That once we get one of these to separate out, I mean this end's pretty loose, it's just that it's got this nice bow, perfect bow to the middle of it that might need two of us to pull apart. Hardest part about this one is just you can't pull it straight apart. Whoa, that was shallow. Holy cow. I've never seen one. Usually they're deeper than that. If we twist, is that ring gonna hold us up? Always something. We can't hook this up to a tractor because we got to put the draw or the tongue back on it, which is sitting over here. We'll address that later. That's going to be another video for another time. This is so tight. I know it's so tight because I had to deal with it on this one. I was thinking about straightening this piece down here. And I tried to get this pin out. And I was hammering and hammering. And it's so tight. So incredibly tight. That I gave up on that. So I know the clearances on this are not a whole lot of play. And I'm hoping it's not too badly rusted. It looks like it was sitting down on the ground. So hopefully we can drive that out of there. The nice thing is this has an extendable tongue on it. Which, obviously for a header cart you might need a longer tongue. But for hooking things up, like I might have to put this on one of the hay wagons. Since we use the hay wagons more often, you just unlatch that and it slides. And they've got it set to be very long. Very long. But yeah, we're probably gonna have to do a whole lot of something to get that out of there. Probably should get it soaking in WD-40 now. Yeah, unfortunately, I actually only found this running gear a couple miles from home. Somebody had it sitting sort of in a heap, and that's what made me approach them about buying it, because they hadn't done anything with it.